morning, students. In the last class, we saw about the DTFS and properties. So DTFS, that is DTFS of periodic sequence. It is so x of n. The periodic sequence can be written as ak e power plus jk omega naught into n, and ak can be obtained 1 by n summation n, then here x of n e power minus jk omega naught n. Here omega naught is 2 pi by capital N, k is a frequency variable. So we have seen about the properties of DTFS in the last class. So let us come to the unit 4. So it starts with CTFT. That is in general the transforms. So transforms for especially non-periodic signals. However, it can be used for periodic signals also. But Fourier series meant for only periodic signals. CTFT, DTFT and Z transform. So CTFT, as the name itself indicates, it's a Fourier transform for continuous time signals, and this is a Fourier transform for discrete time signals. Z transform, it is a complex transform for discrete time signals. So these two for discrete time signals, and this one is for continuous time signals. So the signals can be periodic or non-periodic signals. So we will see about the CTFT. It is Fourier transform of a continuous time signal. It need not be periodic. So this is x of j omega. It is integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t e power minus j omega t dt. So omega is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Similarly, this is a analysis equation that is expressing x of t in terms of frequency components, then getting x of t from x of j omega. It is a x of j omega e power plus j omega t d omega. Here it is 1 by 2 pi. Since integration with respect to omega, so 2 pi is coming. So this is synthesis equation that is synthesizing x of t from its frequency response. So we will see the Dirichlet's conditions for Fourier transform to exist. First one is x of t should be absolutely integrable or square integrable over any finite interval of time. Second point, it has finite number of maxima and minima over any finite interval. Third one, it has finite number of discontinuities over any interval. So these conditions are required to be satisfied for the signal to be expressed in Fourier transform. So let us see the problem. So let us take the infinite duration signal x of t e power minus 2t into u of t. So this is a fine Fourier transform. So x of j omega, it is a integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t e power minus j omega t dt. Here we are expressing x of t as a signal, that is e power minus 2t e power minus j omega t dt. So this is a 0 to infinity e power minus 2 plus j omega t dt. It is a 1 by 2 plus j omega or j omega plus 2. So there is a correlation between Laplace transform and Fourier transform. So Laplace transform is in terms of S, Fourier transform is in terms of j omega. If S is replaced by j omega, so x of j omega, it is a x of s with s replaced by j omega. J omega plus 2, then you can find the magnitude response and angle response. This is magnitude response. This is 1 by 4 plus omega squared square root. Then x of j omega angle, it is minus tan inverse of omega by 2. So if we can vary the values of omega, then we can find out x of j omega magnitude and the angle. So x of j omega magnitude, it is equal to x of minus j omega magnitude, that is a magnitude response of x of t. It is even function of omega. And angle response, it is minus angle x of j omega. So angle response is odd function of omega. So with this, this class gets concluded, students. Thank you.